I am here. This is X35 Earthwalker, the one true Earthwalker, the legendary Eternal Soldier himself, and welcome back to another awesome video. And today, this is a unique video I'm doing. I'm just going to be doing a step-by-step kind of like guide to help people out, because I was trying to deal with the Elgato HD60x whatever, and I went online to look for help to deal with settings, because of like sometimes frame drops or a bit of lag maybe in the recording when after you've recorded the video and stuff. And all those guides were just useless. Some were just guides showing you how to connect the actual device to the Xbox, to the screen. I mean, nobody needs help for that. It shows you how to do it at the back of the box. And these settings telling you how to set up to ready yourself for a stream. Not something to actually help you solve the problems itself. I looked and didn't find I had to do it myself. It was just me and God. Me and Jesus had to figure it out. So I'm gonna do this to show you some of the stuff I did that worked for me, and hopefully it'll work for y'all as well. And make sure to do a little bit of trial and error to figure this out for yourself. So let's do this quick little guide and just like get into this. So okay, the first thing, like when you make your you do your video capture card, and you select it. Let's go right here, for example, and then go into settings. Here it is, Elgato HD60x. You can experiment with this, because I did do a way where it worked using the 60, but I decided to go into the 135 to 120 frames. This top option right here, 1920 by 1080, because on the Xbox Series X, some games you're capable of getting above 60 frames and stuff like that, like 120 and whatnot. So I have made it work with using 60. If you want to start off, just use 60 or try 120. Like, see what you go for gold first before going for silver. Don't limit yourself. See if it works. Do a little test recording. If it doesn't work, you can drop it down to where's the option? The 60 right here, if you want to. So I got down 60, and here with the simple FPS values, I put that to 120 as well, which is the frame intervals giving me the 8.33 recurring. 120 frames right there, because some games can push 120. And I tested this on Doom the Dark Ages, and I went into Rip Torium mode, where I can set multiple demons, Hell Knights, all these things coming up to me. I'm shooting, and it recorded it all smoothly. There wasn't a problem. There wasn't a detached from audio. It went smoothly. And don't be afraid to like close down OBS, bring it back up again, and just try again. A little refresh sometimes does make a difference. Right now you can see the screen. I have Tetris Effect connected right now, but previously I tested it. Look at the part. It looks beautiful. I tested it with Doom the Dark Ages, so we got that. It's okay. The other thing you want to like check out is go into your settings, and I went to output. I'll put it on advanced. You can go with simple if you want to. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal, but put it on advanced to see the full spectrum of what you can do. So I went to recording. There we go. And one of the things I went for MP4. I decided to change it to MP4 instead of going with MOV. I know the risk of, hey, if you lose if like a power cut happens or something happens, it's gone. Whereas with I think it's MKV, it does keep something for you, but seems to be performing better for me when the format is MP4, the bread and butter that we've got going on. So I had that for MP4, and down for encoder setting. I think this is the thing that has like messed the number of people up. I raised the bit rate. Before it was at, I think this default was like 5,000 kbps. And I decided to raise that, kind of like when I was like streaming on Twitch. I was like, just simply put, instead of coming in with all this technical jargon and nonsense, let's just make it simple. I like to make things simple. Think of it like this: the higher the bitrate overall, the more, let's say, the device can handle. Because instead of using a half a liter jug of water, the half a liter jug container, you increased it for 2 liters. You can contain more water. Just keep it simplified like that. Now, don't go crazy and type in 1 million. All right, let's not go crazy now. Like, I put it to 5,000, and I haven't had problems. So I raised the bit rate. So go into there and increase that. Raise it to 25,000. Again, see what works for you. If you want to hit that 30,000, give it a try. As long as it works, the videos work nice for you. That's what we mattering out here. Then I went into video, and I made sure everything was 1920, 920, and I went for 60 frames right here as well. Again, you can experiment, you can get a little bit funny with that, and change. We want to put that to 120 or whatever. The video output is currently active. You know, that's why you can't make the changes right now. But obviously, if I was to turn that off, you can go for the options. You can go for the 120. I kept this at 60. So again, you need to find out what works. So I had a version of it was working perfectly fine when I had, as you saw earlier, when on the source of the video capture card, I put it to 60, 60, and here on the video in the settings, I put that to 60, and it was fine, right? And then now I did it where I put 120, 120, and then here in the settings of the video, I put it 60, it was still fine. And then again, test it for yourself. Instead of at 60, put it to 120 and see what happens. If it doesn't work, it doesn't handle, whether it's because of the screen, your Xbox, whatever it is, then drop it down to 60. As long as you get that beautiful, nicely, smoothly recorded gameplay, that's what matters. So those are the 3 things I wanted to point out. I experimented a bit with them, and I found, and they end up working for me. Those guides online, I found them absolutely useless. They didn't go to any of this. This is for the Xbox. I'm on Xbox Series X. I'm using Elgato HD60x. Video settings, yeah, settings down here. Yeah, click on that. Up here. Make sure it all matches. Make sure it all matches. 60, again, 120 if you want to do that. Output, bit rate, I raised it to 25,000. And for recording format, I went back to good old fashioned MP4. The default is MOV, like in iMovie, you know, that kind of thing. And of course, okay, what was it again? Here it is. And for this, it's offered to check out input format. And I use video capture card. You can do other things like I've seen this before. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Look at me out here selling right now. Look at me selling like a salesman. You can go to there's video capture device and there's capture card device, and that gives you the option of like whether to use buffering or not, you know, stuff like that. I just went with the default. I went with the default for me, and I just put those in. So yeah, that's what I would say. Go with those options, check those out, and see like the results that you get, because you'll clearly see if something is wrong, whether it's like a delay in the recording. I drop that or raise that, go from there. Just look out for those things I pointed out right there. Do a little bit of that. Mix Master P, that's a reference. Let me know if you know it, right? And yeah, tell me what you find. And if you find any better methods, yo, drop that in the comments. It's all about learning, right? Can't be an idiot and think you know it all. Share it all, you know. Let me know. I might have missed something that could make it better. Let me know what worked for you, and if you got better results and solved the problem for you. Have an awesome day, everyone, and regardless of what's going on, make sure to do the Earthwalk, and I'll see you guys around.